Minecraft Mods Session 8. This session will be run in multiplayer mode, and the custom NPC mod will be featured. All other mods may be enabled as long as they don't cause too much lag or other problems, with the exception of the Galacticraft mod. You should still have Galacticraft disabled from the previous session. Remember, to disable Galacticraft, you'll need to disable Galacticraft Core, Galacticraft Planets, and McDoodle Core. The procedure for properly disabling the Galacticraft mod can be found in the beginning of the video for Session 7. If Minecraft crashes upon starting, it's probably because Galacticraft has not been properly disabled. So let's go ahead and start Minecraft. We'll start by checking the mods. We'll check the server mods. I don't see any Galacticraft stuff there, but we'll open the mods folder just to be sure. And there's no Galacticraft Core, Galacticraft Planets, or McDoodle Core. So we'll go ahead and we'll start the server. We'll select Save World. We can use the same world that we used for the last session. I named mine Video 7 because that was for the 7th video in this series. When the light turns green, the server is ready. Now we're going to start a client or a student computer. We'll check the client mods. Click Client Mods, open the mods folder. No Galacticraft Core, Galacticraft Planets, or McDoodle Core. Start Minecraft EDU and launch. Now that it's started, we'll go ahead and type our name. Continue. Multiplayer. I can use Direct Connect because the server is running on this same computer. Localhost, join server. I am student and connect. We'll press escape, maximize the window. Go back into the game. We will select the NPC wand and click on the ground. We've just created an NPC. We will change the NPC's name to something that's easy for me to remember. Bob. And then we'll click Global. We'll select Quests. We're going to add a quest. Click New. We'll change the name of the quest to the student's name. So this is where all that student's quests will be stored. And then if we click somewhere on the page, we'll see that the student's name appears in the list. We'll select it and click Quests. And then we need to add a quest. We'll click on a quest. This one is called New because it was just created. And we'll change the name to Find Dirt. This is going to be a dirt quest. We will be going to get dirt. One thing the teacher will need to do for the students is to hook them up with some cake. So we will jump over to the server for a second. You can also do this from the teacher's menu if you're in the game. We'll type cake and select it. Give block to all. Select OK. And then we'll go back to the player. Now we'll enter the text that the NPC will say to the player when the player finishes the quest. And that'll be, "Thank you for the dirt." Press close. Quest log text. This is the text that will appear in the quest log, obviously. And it's just a short description of the quest, which will be Find Dirt. This is where we'll define the reward. The reward will be a cake, and click back. And the type of quest, there's a few different options. This is just a item quest because we're looking for an item, and we need to define the item here or identify the item. Click back. And is it repeatable? Sure, it's repeatable. Complete by NPC. So that's just the NPC you need to bring the item to complete the quest. We can select the Global tab. Now that we've defined the quest, we can write the dialogue. Here's a dialogue map to help us plan our dialogue. When approached, the NPC will issue the greeting, "Hello, could you find some dirt for me?" The player has a choice of two responses. The player could say, "I'm much too busy," and that would be the end of the dialogue. Or the player could say, sure, no problem, and then the dialogue would continue. The NPC would reply, great, bring it to me for your reward. Respond, okay, and that would be the end of the dialogue. Click Dialogues, click Add, select New, enter the student's name. This will be where the student will keep all of their dialogues. If we click somewhere else, we'll see the name appears in the list. We'll highlight it, click Dialogues, then we'll click Add, click New, change the title to Dirt Quest Accept. One thing to note is that we're going to start with the dialogue that the NPC uses after the quest is accepted. That will make it easier for us to connect the dialogue together without as much back and forth when we create the dialogue for the player accepting the quest. So we'll click Edit Dialogue Text, and this is where the NPC will say, great, bring it to me for your reward. We'll click Close, then we'll click Dialogue Options, and next to number 1, we'll insert OK, type OK, and that will be the close of this dialogue. So we need option type would be it's the close. Click Done, because it ends that string of dialogue. Then we need to select Quest, and then we'll go into the teacher's quest, and that's the Find Dirt quest that we're tying it to. Select. Now we can add the earlier string of dialogue where the NPC says, hello, could you find some dirt for me? And the player has two choices of responses, sure, no problem, or I'm much too busy. So we'll add some more dialogue, click New, we'll call this string of dialogue Dirt Quest Greeting, and the dialogue text will read, hello, could you find some dirt for me? We'll click Close. Then for dialogue options, for option 1, we will change this dialogue to sure, no problem. And we'll need to tie this dialogue to the next line in the exchange, which, if we open up Teacher, that would be the Dirt Quest Accept. That's why we did the Dirt Quest Accept first, because now we can just grab that right here instead of having to jump back and forth, create the Dirt Quest Accept dialogue and then come back here and tie it together. And then, there's another dialogue option we need to add. And that would be the option to not accept the quest. Perhaps the player's option would say, I'm much too busy. And the type of dialogue this is, it will close the exchange. So we'll select Close, select Done, and then we'll click on the Advanced tab. Now that the dialogue has been created, we need to tie the dialogue to the NPC. In order to do that, we click the Advanced tab, go to Dialogues, and then we'll select an option, and then we'll find the dialogue, which is Teacher, select Dirt Quest Greeting, and select. Now the difference between the Advanced tab and the Global tab is the Advanced tab applies directly to the NPC that we're working on. The Global tab applies to all the NPCs. So that's why we need to go into the Advanced tab and go into Dialogues. And we can test our work, see if everything worked properly. So we'll get rid of our NPC wand, and we will right-click on the NPC, and the NPC says, hello, Bob, hello, could you find some dirt for me? And then I could choose, sure, no problem, or I'm much too busy. I'll use the arrow keys, and I'll just say I'm much too busy. That's the end of the exchange. If I right-click on him again, and this time I select, sure, no problem, his next line is great. Bring it to me for your reward. And then I'll choose OK. So I need to find some dirt to give the NPC. And I don't have any dirt. So I'll jump over to the server real quick and give myself some dirt. And there's some dirt. So I'll right-click on him with the dirt, And he says, thank you for the dirt. And we can see we just received a cake down in our quick bar. We could have, for the reply, we could have said, thanks for the dirt. Here, have some cake. Or here's your reward, the cake. The students will go on to create their own quest. And that's it for this video.